And good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here as we get ready for non-charter knockout qualifying for our third race of our third season of the NNSCRA Hersheys Cup Series. We are getting ready to have our two heats in which we will determine the final 7 drivers to be in the starting grid for this week's race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. First car that'll head off onto the racetrack is a guy that's no stranger to victory lane, just not in this series. Matt Dalio, two-time winner already in the Almond Joy Series, winning the 2 first races of the season at Daytona and last week at Rockingham, UK, but he'd love to be able to make a Hersheys Cup Series race here as well. And as always, it's time for me to flip the coin to find out how many drivers will transfer from each heat, so I'll flip it. It lands, and it is on tails again. This is the 3rd straight week that it's been on tails, so that means that only 3 drivers will transfer here from the first heat. 4 drivers will transfer from the second heat. Boy, my pennies don't want to flip on the heads at all. Matthew Dalio is now on the clock, so he'll lay down the first official lap time of this first heat. We've had 2 drivers up to this point that have, via non-charter knockout qualifying, made both races this year. They were Chris Dollerton and John Andrews. Matter of fact, Chris Dollerton, as the first lap laid down, is a 30.042 by Matthew Dalio. Chris Dollerton right now is tied for the rookie points lead with the chartered ride of rookie Matt Haas. So, very interesting there. Chris Dollerton obviously has a goal of wanting to make the race here this week to keep in contention for the points lead in the rookie standings. Matt Dalio's lap time has already been beaten by a number of drivers, including Nick Johnson, Jeremy Jones, Mitchell Carter, Garrett Sidner, and now Amore Studemeyer to the top of the leaderboard. And as soon as I say that, Garrett Sidner back to the top once again. Let's find him. There was Chris Dollerton, who I was just talking about. There's Sidner. Teammate to the defending champion Chris Dodd in the same ride that Chris Dodd actually won the championship in last year. Running right now behind Jose Lopez and Nick Johnson, and his lap time improved, 28.260. Elijah Gordon now up to the 3rd position behind his teammate Mitchell Carter. The 3 wide here in the back straightaway heading into 3. Woo! Right behind Chris Dollerton. Elijah Gordon, of course, made the race last week at Rockingham, UK, but got involved in a wreck and DNF'd in that race, and now he just lost the 3rd spot to Stephen Pollard III, so move SP3 into a transfer spot. Right now it'd be Sidner, Carter, and Pollard who would transfer into the main event as things stand right now, but there is still over a minute and a half left to go, and as soon as I say that, there you see the number 25 jump up to the top of the top 3 there. Matter of fact, both the 25 and, well, it was the 32 of Kermika Jazin, but now O'Neal Baldwin jumps up to 3rd, and the 20, oh, got another driver up to the top of the leaderboard. That's Kev Shearer in the 30. There he is. Kev Shearer now up to the lead as far as the fastest speed with a 28.064, and I'm still trying to remember who the 25 car is, and I'm not pulling it. Matt McIntyre, that's who it is. He's up to 2nd, and Kermika Jazin right now is in 3rd. So as things stand, we'd have 3 drivers making their first start of the season the way they're running right now, and Kermika just got dropped to the 4th position. The 07 of Mitchell Carter just jumped back up, and Kermika right back to 3rd again. So the battle's on for 3rd between Kermika Jazin and Mitchell Carter. Right now, I think Kev Shearer is in the best spot, 27.880. I think that's clinched him a spot in the starting lineup for sure. Matt McIntyre right now with a 28.0, hoping that hangs on, but the battle is right now between the 07 and the 32. And the 9, whoa, wait a minute. Nick Johnson jumped up to 4th, but it wasn't enough to get Kermika. Lopez jumped up to 5th, and that dropped Mitchell Carter down to 6th. 10 seconds left, and right now it's looking like Shearer, McIntyre, and Jazin will be all making their first starts of the season here at Las Vegas. As not official yet. There's still 25 seconds for someone to try and do something. Uh-oh, Mitchell Carter up to the second position. McIntyre dropped to third, and now Jazin is on the outside looking in. Garrett Sidner jumped up to fifth. Three seconds to go. Can anybody from this group lay down a lap time quick enough? I think the session may be complete. I don't think lap times are being counted any longer. I think that's going to do it. Kev Shearer, Mitchell Carter, and Matt McIntyre will all make their first starts of the season. For Shearer and Carter, it's their first career starts. McIntyre hasn't made a start since season 1. And waiting for the time to run out, and I believe it will be zeros, and I think the session now is complete. It is indeed. And so that is going to do it, and the 3 drivers, as we mentioned, that will transfer into the main event
to your car
will be Kev Shearer, Mitchell Carter, and Matt McIntyre. McIntyre with a 28, almost a 28 flat. Kermika Jazin just misses out, as does Garrett Sidner, Jose Lopez, Natalia Salinas, Nick Johnson, Herschel Alonso, and Chris Dollarton will not make his third straight start, nor will John Andrews. They were 10th and 12th in the speeds here today, so Chris Dollarton will lose touch with Matt Haas undoubtedly as far as the rookie points battle goes. And from Kermika Jazin in 4th on down, those drivers will all fail to make the race, and they will have to try again next week. So it's time now to find out what 4 drivers will be joining these 3 in 36th through 42nd for the starting grid here at Las Vegas. So without further ado, let's head now for our second heat here in knockout qualifying at Las Vegas. So as we get ready for our second heat race here, 4 drivers will transfer into the main event from this one via the coin toss. And they will join Matt McIntyre, Mitchell Carter, and Kev Shearer at the rear of the field for the starting grid. So we've got 3 drivers that are going to be making their first start of the season. We'll see who's going to be making their first start of the season here from this heat. And I'm trying to see of the drivers that I can think of that have actually made a start this season in the Hersheys Cup Series. They would include Ryan George from this heat I'm talking about. They would include Ryan George. Looking at the rookie William Duncan coming off pit road. Tripentacchio Vernio, Isaac Canepa, John Bunil, Daniel Olson, Chelsea Bowles, Lyndon Wright. And I believe I'm missing one, but I'm not exactly sure. Pichu London, that's who it is. So we'll see if any of those drivers will make their way in for their second start of the season. As now William Duncan on the clock in the Krispy Kreme Ford. I believe last week the highest finishing driver to race their way into the main event was the 43 of Isaac Canepa. So we'll see what he does here at Las Vegas. The last time that we raced here at Las Vegas, a Ford went to victory lane in the form of Levi McIntyre. So we'll see if a Ford can get themselves into the starting lineup from the first heat. All 3 race cars, to my knowledge, I think they all were Chevrolets. Well, Lyndon Wright already has beaten William Duncan's lap, 29.473 for him. And he is top of the leaderboard, trying to make his second start of the season. He raced in the Great American Race Daytona 500. And Chelsea Bowles now top of the leaderboard over John Cittadino. Both of them running 28.8s. Let's find them. They must be in a pretty good group right now. There they are. Nose to tail. And they just dropped to second and third. James Qualls jumped to the top of the leaderboard. And now Cody Hagan up there in the 46 with a 28.3 Let's see if Citadino and Chelsea Bowles have anything to say about that. Yes, they do. Both top of the leaderboard again. Citadino with a 28.350. Bowles with a 28.359. Citadino trying to make his first start of the season. Chelsea Bowles trying to make her second as Cody Hagan back top of the leaderboard. Let's see where the 46 is at. Actually, I think he's a little bit further ahead here. There he is. He was using James McLeod to get that lap time. Got McLeod, Cole Deaver in the 66, William Duncan there as well. As Chelsea Bowles top of the leaderboard again with John Citadino. You got Pichu London in third, Hagan in fourth. Let's see if Hagan jumps back to the top of the leaderboard again. No, he did not improve on his 28.2 second lap time that time. Jonathan Zorlin is now up to fifth. Qualls in sixth, Canepa, Gardner, Deaver. Well, Stoltz now, and then Deaver in the 10th position. Right now it is Chelsea Bowles, John Citadino, and Pichu London the top three with 28.1s, and then Cody Hagan with a 28.2 in the final transfer spot as things stand right now. And he just dropped to fourth. James McLeod just moved into the, or he dropped to fifth rather. McLeod moved into the transfer spot now with a 28.186. Top of the leaderboard, Ryan George in the 91. Where's he at? There he is, in this group with the Fire Ice Racing teammates. As a matter of fact, right now, Zachary Stoltz just jumped up to second, Citadino now to third. Could three of the Fire Ice Racing cars get into the main event? Pichu London, can he make it into the top four in speeds? Not quite this time. It's Ryan George, Zachary Stoltz, Cody Hagan now up to third, and Citadino now put in the final transfer spot. As the teammates working together here, all Toyotas out of Fire Ice Racing. They might be able to do something here on this lap. Oh, looks like Zachary Stoltz is coming to pit road, so he feels that his lap time good enough to get him into the race. What about London? Does not improve on his lap time, nor does Citadino, nor does Chelsea Bowles, who right now is outside of the top four. It would be George, Stoltz, Hagan, and Citadino by 2 1,000ths over Chelsea Bowles right now. There's the guy that's in the final transfer position as things stand right now. The driver trying to pass him is the driver right on his rear deck lid, Chelsea Bowles. Looking to get to the inside, trying to put down a fast enough lap time to get into the show. Not good enough. And so, the drivers that will transfer from this one will be the cars of Ryan George. He'll make his second start of the season. He raced in the Daytona 500. Second place will be Zachary Stoltz. He'll make it in. Cody Hagan will make his first Hersheys Cup Series start. And John Citadino will finally be back in a main event race in the Hersheys Cup Series in the 83. Quite a run there for the Fire Ice Racing cars. They were second, fourth, and sixth in this session. But only two of them will transfer into the main event, Stoltz and Citadino. So that is going to do it here from non-charter knockout qualifying. Hope you guys enjoyed. You will see these four, along with the other three that transferred from the first heat, they will be battling from 36th on through 42nd in the starting grid for the starting lineup at Las Vegas. Till then, you've been watching production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.